Diva Africana coming to you with a quick tarot reading. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and share this video. Yo, y'all didn't really ask for this video, but I had to do it because there needs to be some things cleared up. Right now we're talking about Jaguar Wright, and the reason why we're talking about her is people are running with a lot of the stories that she is putting out here, and I think that there's another side to why she's sharing these things, and her cards seem to suggest so too. So let's go ahead and get off into her reading real quick. Hopefully you've already subscribed, but if not, we can ready to move on without you, baby. Jaguar's coming in as the Empress in reverse. Anytime I pull on someone and they come in as an Empress in reverse, especially a woman, I automatically know that there is something out of sorts with this woman. If you all didn't know, Jaguar Wright was a backup singer for The Roots and for Jay-Z at some point in her career. She was really popular early 2000s. I'm talking 2000, 2001, 2002. So if you wasn't born until 2005 and you watching this, you probably don't know who the fuck Jaguar Wright is or where she even fucking came from. Hell, some of us may not even remember where the fuck she came from, but just remember so that you can follow along the reading and maybe you can see the other side of what's going on with Jaguar so that maybe you can sift through what she's saying. Now, I'm not saying that the things that, and neither are her cards suggesting this. I'm not saying that the things that she's saying is not true. I'm not saying that she's wrong for exposing the things that have been going on, because she's not. And she's not lying. But there is a thing in life called loaded truths. And I think that Jaguar hands us a lot of loaded truths, and her cards seem to indicate that as well, because with the Empress in reverse, not only meaning a woman out of sorts, this means that her career, and we're just reading this musically now, it just means that her career didn't go the way that she exactly planned it to go. No doubt she expected herself to be greater than just a backup singer or a artist who only put out one album. And I forgot the name of her first album, but her first album was really, really good. Shit, I can't even remember the name of it, but if y'all go look it up and listen to it, if you like neo soul music, you'll like her album, because that was during that era where neo soul was getting off the ground. But we're gonna talk about the neo soul people too, y'all, because y'all know they ain't clean either. Anyway, Jaguar, just like many of the neo soul artists, didn't really want the title as neo soul, but she sat comfortably in that lane. And when she was in that lane, she did her thing. And while she was in that lane, she had no complaints about the things that were going on in the industry, because she had a seat at the table. Here she is singing backgrounds for The Roots. I know sometimes she sang for Erykah Badu as well. So she's like the go-to girl to put on your track if you wanted your track to sound soulful. And yo, she has a history with all of the people that she's currently shitting on. A deep history, y'all. Now, keep in mind, she was manipulated the whole time that she was sitting at the table, and she thought that she had made it, so to speak. The industry never had any real long-term plans for her. And I know that sounds really, really fucked up. I know that that sounds harsh, but that's what it was. They had no long-term plans for her. They planned on using Jaguar for the time that she needed to be used, or for what she was worth. And they were going to just do exactly what they did to her. Just pretended that she didn't even exist. Her Four of Wands and Three of Wands are coming in reverse, showing that there was already conflicts going on. I think that Jaguar may have developed a attitude of a little bit of a diva, because again, she was one of the stronger voices during that time. She was with that voice, you hear Jaguar and you know that's Jaguar Wright singing. Well, they didn't care how good she could sing, you know. They still were like, well, let's use her to sing a couple background vocals. Let's put her here, put her there, give her a little money, do whatever, you know. But we don't really see her being a star. They were not going to make her into a star. They had no plans for the trajectory of this woman's career. And not only that, She comes in as a Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Now, you know, Queen of Pentacles in reverse gathers many, 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 many different definitions. But one definition I noticed that people don't touch on a lot when you're dealing with certain women, you try to avoid it. But I'm going to delve deep into it because that's just the type of reader I am. The industry thought that Jaguar Wright was ugly. They did not see her as fitting the mold for what the industry was looking for at the time. You know, back in the early 2000s, late 90s, hell, in the 90s, it was all about the itty bitty girls. It was all about the light skinned girls. It was all about the girls, the brown skinned girls with the curly hair. Jaguar Wright fit none of this criteria, but she had a beautiful voice. It was similar to the way that Puff did Kelly Price. We're going to get into that when we do Kelly Price's connection with Puff, but we're talking about Jaguar because she absolutely has a connection with Puff and with Jay-Z. But these are the people that she was bopping around with in the early 2000s or whatever. And she had no issue with it. Not knowing that these people thought she was ugly, probably thought she was fat. She wouldn't straighten her hair, so she was nappy headed. She was dark skinned. You know, she didn't fit what they felt like the industry wanted at that time. So again, they used her. And after they used her, they threw her away, which sent her life on a further spiral. Now, what I mean by, or I didn't say it, why I think that we should halfway trust what Jaguar is saying. You know, trust her, but don't trust her because there's an ulterior motive to her anger as well. This is her anger going up with the Tower card. She's angry about the way that her life turned out. Again, she saw herself being a top artist. She saw something for her career that these people lied to her and made her believe they were going for with her, which it's their fault for doing this to her. It's their fault that she's now in this state of destruction. But Jaguar saw her career going one way and saw herself one way as an artist, and they saw her completely another way, which they begin to distance themselves from her, which is why she's fucked up and mad. She's in her feelings because it's a thing of, damn, I once was the girl that y'all, I was it. I was it. I was the one dark-skinned girl that y'all could fuck with, the one dark-skinned girl that y'all brought to the table. And this is her. I have to straighten my cards out, y'all, because I'm sitting on the bed. But these are her cards indicating and showing what her issue is. She's upset, and I've told y'all before about these girls that are upset now that they've lost proximity to these people. That's all this is. That's all this is. She seems to be in a state of looking back on the times that shit was good when she was, again, that girl that they would call upon to sing those hooks. But what she can't get over is, damn, I was all of this, but y'all played in my face and you thought I was ugly. You thought I was fat. You thought I was too black. They overall rejected her, and she's in her feelings about it, and she should be. But here's why this is her fucking karma, though. Here's why we can't just sit back and listen to the shit that she's saying and just run with it. Because all the while that she had a relationship with these very same people that she's shitting on now, she didn't say anything. She just moved along with them and went along with what they were doing as if everything was fine. See, here she is with the Wheel of Fortune indicating this is her karma for basically going along with what they had going on, what was going on. You know, as long as she had a relationship with them or she was in their circle, in proximity to them, where is it at? As long as she was allowed a seat at the table, she pretended things were fine. She went on singing and was given her few opportunities. Like I said, she sang back up for a bunch of big names, you know. She made her little coin, and like I said, she got a chance to be at industry parties, hang out with people that she would not have been hanging out with. And she justified a lot of the shit that was going on because she was receiving these opportunities. And like I said, now she's talking heavily about Jay-Z, but during the time that she was singing backup for him, she had nothing to say because he was paving a way for her, giving her a route to get out of whatever she had going on. See, she was chilling as long as those opportunities were present. And then it looks like somehow in her cards it indicates that Jaguar may have turned her back to a bunch of shit that went on with females. I have to bring in again the Queen of Pentacles. Let me make sure I separate these so that I can show y'all where she turned her back. And shit was cool as long as she was getting paid. It looks like she turned her back, or she knew about some shit that was going on with a young lady between one of these guys romantically, and she turned her head to it. She pretended that she did not see it, and as long as it was not happening to her, it was all good. As long as they continued to sign her checks and continue to provide opportunities to her, it was all good. She had nothing to say about the situation that was going on with the young lady. She I believe, witnessed a gang rape, because she comes in. And all of these cards, let me turn them in reverse. All of the male cards that I pulled on her came in reverse. It's like she witnessed a gang rape, or she knows about a gang rape of someone, and she didn't say anything. I know that she stated that Common had sexually assaulted her back in like 2009, 2010 or some shit like that, but I know that that hasn't gone anywhere. But I do want to say that the three men sitting at the table, in my opinion, are Jay-Z, Puff, and Common. This is a executive, a man who's full of himself, out on his own, in his own doings, and a struggle rapper. Not that I'm taking anything from Common's career, but he's definitely not on the level of these guys. Reason why she's angry at Common is I believe that she had emotional feelings for him, and Common didn't return them. Again, she was not the type of woman that he wanted. She, again, was too much. I can't say she was too dark, because Common likes dark-skinned women, but she wasn't that phenotype that he needed. She wasn't big enough in Hollywood. She wasn't big enough in hip-hop. And again, she didn't fit the part. I know, yeah, he's dating Jennifer Hudson right now, but Jennifer is beautiful. Jaguar looked like she cooked in the mud. She one of the motherfucking the lunchroom cooks, one of the motherfucking ladies at the grade school with the damn net on her head. That's what she looked like. And that's not what they want. That's not what Common wanted in a woman. But anyway, back over here to what Jaguar turned her head to. She turned her head to a bunch of shit that was going on surrounding these men that she's angry at. You know, she calling Jay-Z a big lip motherfucker and shit. Well, was he a big lip motherfucker when you witnessed them do whatever it is that they did to this young lady? Now, Jaguar denied this shit up and down because she wants people to feel sorry for her because of whatever reasons. I don't know what the fuck her reasoning is behind it, but I do know that we cannot really take her as 100 with what she's saying, because the only reason why she's saying something is because there are no opportunities present with these men. Now, not necessarily Common, because Common can't give a shit but hard dick, and that's the problem. She can't get no more as dick. But these are the men, like, she was cool with it. She was cool as long as they were attacking this woman. She was right along with these niggas. She made the choice to turn her back on this woman while they did whatever they did to this woman, as long as they were giving her money. Well, at some point, Jaguar became, she became, what is it? Shit, dispensable. She became not worthy. She became out of pocket. Her time had come and passed. Hell, Jill Scott had come up and came out, and all these other neo-soul artists that were easier to work with and shit. And so they decided, all right, let's change up on it. And they changed on it. They stopped fucking with her. Stopped calling her for these these hooks and everything. And she's like, damn, all of this shit I done been through with these niggas, and they decide to turn on me. And she's probably feeling a little bit of embarrassment because she placed herself in a position to turn her back to things that were going on as long as things were going in her favor. Now she's angry. Now she's in her chest. And creating these fake competitions, these beefs with people, or speaking out on shit because she's angry. And she's a little bit out of control, y'all, because a lot of the shit she be saying, again, is coming from a deep emotional space that needs to be healed within Jaguar. Like I said, there are no more roads open for her singing. A lot of neo soul girls sound just like her now. A lot of neo soul girls are willing to fit that criteria that these niggas is putting out here, even though they're neo soul. They're willing to fit that role, or they're easier to work with. Nobody wants to work with her because of course, the things that she's saying. There is nobody putting any money in her pocket. Nobody's interested in her music. And not only that, her music is kind of shitty these days with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. I said the same thing about Nicki Minaj when I pulled and said that her album was going to be very mid and lackluster. This is the energy that a Jaguar Wright production or music would give. This is why nobody is willing to put any time into her music. That's her anger. Nobody wants to hear that shit. Nobody's pouring any energy into it. And I'm not calling her music shit, but what I'm saying is because of the choices she made with these men that now she's fighting with, now they've gotten it to the point where nobody's putting money into her. And like I said, people have moved on from her sound. Now Jaguar is mad. Now she's going to abuse her platform or abuse her voice as a singer by tearing people down and pretending that she wasn't a part of the power play in the first place. Like she was never at the table with these very same people that she's now throwing under the bus. See, now she's running off and telling their secrets and shit. Now she like, oh, y'all won't fuck with me. You won't give me no money. See, at first, I feel like they were giving her some hush money at first, you know, just to keep her quiet. She got some flaws and some crazy shit about her that's going to come out, though. I just want y'all to know that. So while y'all listening to it, yeah, that's right. That's right. Jaguar said that. And I'm saying, okay, yeah, a lot of the things she's saying is right. But when her bullshit come out, too, y'all, because she was heavily involved with these people, too, don't be so surprised, okay? See, now she's fighting with him. But once upon a time, she was in the bed with him, okay? She thought shit was cool. Hold on. They never forget. She's got a history of sitting with these same fucking people that she's dragging now. And now she's angry because they ain't fucking with her. When in fact, she never was invited to the table. She was manipulated. That's her whole issue. Oh, now y'all ain't gonna fuck with me? Well, I'm gonna run off and tell everybody secrets. I'm gonna tell everything that they did. Well, Jaguar, I want you to make sure that you tell them about your part in this too, okay? Because while you can be brokenhearted and upset about the things that have happened, you can't get around the fact that you know and participated in some shit yourself too. Now let me see you sing about that, sis. While you're saying that Gene Deal is afraid and running from people, I don't believe that he's the one that's running and afraid. I absolutely believe it's you that's running and afraid because you know that your time is coming right along with these people. Again, because you had a relationship with them. So while you're telling their business, be careful, baby. Yours is coming out too, and everybody's going to find out you're lying about a lot of your involvement or a lot of the involvement that you had in this very same life that you warn against now.